Lewis Hamilton made Valtteri Bottas suffer at Mercedes as Alfa Romeo b0ss speaks out. Alfa Romeo team principal Frederic Vasseur claims that Valtteri Bottas suffered as a result of his partnership with Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes. The Finn has found success in his early days with Alfa, while Hamilton is now the one suffering as the Silver Arrows wrestle with porpoising issues that have hampered their season thus far. Bottas spent 5 years at Mercedes, and Hamilton won the Drivers' Championship in 4 of them. Max Verstappen claimed the other, meaning the Finn was outshone in all of his seasons with the Silver Arrows, even if Hamilton valued him as a steady teammate who helped towards a dominant streak of titles. Both were effectively forced into a leap of faith during the off-season as Hamilton partnered up with young whippersnapper George Russell and Bottas fled to Alfa Romeo. The ousted Silver Arrows sidekick has performed admirably since making the switch, however, and Vasseur has delved deeper into his mindset. "I think Bottas is underrated," he told the race. "I think that he suffered a little bit about this. The fact is, if you have a look on the gap between Valtteri and Lewis in qualifying, it was less than 0.2%. It's minimal compared to all the other guys in front, Max, Verstappen and his teammates, or so on. For sure the race performance is always a bit more difficult when you have Lewis in front of you. And when you start from the first row, you are always very exposed. For sure he learned a lot at Mercedes the last 5 or 6 years. But he was always a bit in the shadow of Lewis, and he's doing an excellent job since switching to Alfa Romeo. When I had a discussion with Valtteri, I was trying to explain that the reason of why we were so far away last year. I think we had a good conversation but very open. For sure, it is important to get the results now, because he can start the collaboration knowing okay, they didn't beat me." In the 4 races so far this season, Bottas has finished P8 or better in 3 of them and failed to finish the other in Australia. Last time out he achieved an impressive P5 in Emilia-Romagna, pipping a frustrated Hamilton who failed to work his way through a DRS train and finished out of the points in 13th. Against all the odds, Bottas is only 4 points behind his former teammate in the standings after 4 races, despite the expectation that he would tumble down the pecking order due to his enforced team switch. This weekend, both will rejoin the action in Miami as the Florida City gears up to host its first ever Grand Prix. Alfa Romeo will naturally hope to continue their impressive start to the season, which has left them sitting 5th in the Constructors' Championship. There could be more to come, too, as rookie Guan Yu Zhou has failed to score a point since the opening weekend in Bahrain. If the Chinese youngster finds a way to close the gap on Bottas, the duo could advance the team's prospects and put the Finn's suffering days further behind him.